Green flag flies, and the Henderson Graphics 400 is underway. We're racing in Atlanta. About 20 of 167 underway. Coming to 10 to go at stage number 1. To the top of the board, to the top of the track goes the 81 of Josh Susie. Jonathan Adams swings to the bottom of the racetrack, as does Bren Roberts. They had the real estate, they had the space to do so, and now it's Mongol trying to push Josh Susie, and backwards they will slide. As the field approaches more lap traffic, Richard Odie, Matthew Boone, Alfred Denny trying to avoid going a lap down here with less than 10 to go. They're going to go a lap down, and it's not going to be a pleasant experience when they do. Top 3 still single file. Hagen, Hall, and Overstat just to the left of your screen. Are they going to be able to generate enough momentum here? 5 laps to go. Can Susie take away the stage win from John Hagen? Team Conti reps representing the front 2 positions at the moment. Only one of them a verified Team Conti driver, with Dustin Hall there, the number 1. Hagen, though, he's had a lot of success here this season with Team Conti assistance. 5 wins in 12 races. Nearly 50% percentage on his win rate there. A win tonight would put him over 50%. 6 out of 13. Then you have one of the competitors for Team Conti Sim Performance and Nitro on the 81. Susie's still winless, though, this season. Side draft heavily out of turn number 3 and 4. As the intensity continues to ramp up, 3 to go in the stage. What are you gonna do if you're Josh Susie? Can you make any more inroads here on Overstat? Oh, make a turn! Caution comes out, stage is over! Stage is over! A huge crash, enormous crash coming to the end of stage number 1. Jonathan Adams coming to a screeching halt. This is from the spotter cam. This is already, so the accident's already begun. We'll go ahead and back it up here at a turn number 2 and play it in ABN slow-mo. This is Austin Mongol, the 29. Bad bump right to the right rear, just turns Susie dead left. And Mongol's going to get instant karma right here. Unfortunately, so will Josh Gaiman. So will Zach Meredith. Caitlin Height gets into it. Big time into it there. Eli Sachs is going to get a really big piece of it as well. Carmen, Ratliff, Hall, Hagen, Roberts, Gaiman, Overstat, Arnold, Swatsworth, Barndren, and Smeal. Your top 10. And here we go. Again, a reminder, stage 2 on lap number 90. So a lot longer to go in stage number 2 this time around. Keep an eye on that. Fuel mileage, 45 to 50 laps. So they're not going to be able to get to the end of stage 2 without a pit stop. Confirming what we thought going into this. There's the 90 Angel Santiago. Whoa, trouble forward, Dustin Hall! What happened to Dustin Hall? That is a car in the fence. A lot of damage for Dustin Hall's machine. Oh no, what happened to Dustin Hall? Absolute gut punch for the pole sitter, who had so much going for him in this race. This is what happened. Josh Gaiman is who we're looking at the moment. Oh no, that was, well, a little bit further forward. That was with John Hagan. Get our chopper cam going here. Just not great positioning there for Hagan, Hall, or Shad Swatsworth, who was on the apron. My goodness. We'll rewind that one more time here. Just kind of see what happened here with Swatsworth. Oh, bad bump here for Swatsworth. The number 18 gets a really bad bump there by Hagan. And the caution has come out. So we'll focus on that first and foremost here. And it's still happening. James Wright wrong ways round. It looks like Blake Henderson got a piece of it. So while we examined the caution that never happened, now we have a caution that does for the second time. And that breaks up what could have been an interesting strategy call here. So what happened for the second caution of the night to come out? See if we can find a dedicated cause for this. It's going to be in this group, it looks like, is where this could begin. No, it started well earlier. It starts with Caitlin Height, too. Oh, no. Oh, no. What happens to Caitlin Height? We'll rewind this and play it out of turns 3 and 4. Bad bump again in the tri-oval. That time it's Meredith turning Caitlin Height around. Sport there from the 47 of Hunter Whitlock. Oh, hard hit there for James Wright. And everyone scrambled. Running on board with the Arrowhead racing car here. He's going to beeline into this accident, unfortunately. It's actually on board with Caitlin Height, excuse me. As she gets turned, he'll pivot to James Wright, who sees the smoke. He's on the brakes. He's trying to wall up there. He just can't see where Caitlin's moved to. He sees the smoke up near the wall. I see me on board of that, a little bit different perspective. I thought he just kind of beelined and just failed to slow down at all. He did slow down. He just didn't know where she was. And to his discredit, unfortunately, he bore the most of that damage. So James Wright will use his fast repair to get back on the racetrack. Thankfully, he's got that available, but he will now go the rest of the race without it. Flag flies and away we go. Ratliff already under the white line on this restart, trying to get out of the way. We have 24 cars on the lead lap. Attrition has not been very physical, but it has been pretty pretty hard hitting when it's happened. 2 cautions in this race, and we've already had a significant amount of cars put a lap down. With 5 laps to go in the stage, we had a caution with 3 to go in stage 1. Can we get to the end of the stage under green this time? That's the question we're going to find out the answer to. 4 cars in a breakaway. From Meredith to Sasek, Boone in 5th, trying to catch up to that single file line, leading the way. On the outside lane, David Smeal Jr. also trying to get closer to the front of the field. Everyone thinking stage points, everyone thinking playoff points in securing their postseason. And David Smeal Jr. loses support and allows Matthew Boone and Matt Vorendren to close in and close the gap. Car about to go a lap down here. 62 once again of Dean Clavin, who is not having a fun time filling in into that 62 car. Everyone going outside lane. Oh no! Oh no! Meredith in the wall! And the front of the field gets turned. Caution's out and the stage ends like it did in stage number 1. 3 laps to go in the stage, and it comes to an end early. Everyone trying to get around Dean Clavin. Dean Clavin moved from the bottom of the racetrack to the middle. Meredith gets turned, and Kissenweather gets turned as well. Eli Sasek will end up being the stage winner in all of it. Gut-wrenching there for Meredith. Absolutely gut-wrenching for Meredith. We'll take a look at it from the replay. And we'll look at it from the chopper cam. This is on board with Meredith here, and this is going to be slow motion. Yeah, Kissenweather in the 12, Swasworth in the 18, Sasek in the 9 ends up with the stage win. And just unfortunate all the way through. Yeah, Clavin just moves it to the top lane. Confusing signals there. And it looks like Kissenweather is going to try to do the same thing here, but because he spent too much time on the inside lane, just clips the 17. Almost turns Clavin. The fact that Clavin didn't get turned is a wild ride. And then Mark Kissenweather, he gets turned on his own as well, across the nose of his teammate there. But Meredith dealing with the biggest amount of damage on that machine. Kissenweather largely gets away without any significant damage, which is thankful, because he is going to end up being back in the top 10 here following pit stops. I think it's a good time here for this restart. Matthew Boone will lead the way. Let's crank it up to start stage number 3. And just as we come back from crank it up, a caution comes out. And it looks like it is once again going to be, unfortunately, Jonathan Adams, and that is Cint 91. He's not alone. Louis Pelletier Sharp has found her way a wrong way around as well. The unfortunate ability of having that time down pretty well here in Atlanta. Caution number 4 out tonight, and we'll see why. And you see, already underway on the back straightaway. This is Sharp and Santiago. I'll do this in slow motion here from our chopper cam. Looks like a bad bump incoming. Yeah, Santiago trying to line up with Pelletier Sharp. Sharp moves up the racetrack. That looks kind of sketchy. So where does Jonathan Adams get involved in all of this? Whoa. Yeah, I need to see a little more of this. This is wild. Ooh. Whoa, was that another car that was crap? That was Josh Arnold. Okay. So this is a little bit further forward than we thought it was. Josh Arnold, let's look at this. Arnold in second place, teammates 1, 2, and 3. Oh, he just gets turned. Pushing the pusher there does not work. Davis Mills Jr. pushing the gap there on Mark Kissenweather. That's very unwell. Peach and Tal will lead the field to green here in Atlanta. Then it's Denny, Kissenweather, Meredith, and Spiel, your top 6. Green flag flies, and away we go. Important thing to note there, we saw under the crank it up, we didn't have time to address it because the caution came out at the most interesting time period there. Penalties for jumping the restart for both Matthew Boone and Eli Sasek. They both had to come in and do drive-throughs. They both went a lap down. So their race got derailed pretty quickly. And caution's out once again. And it's Lily Sharp again. A lot of bodywork flying. I don't know if that was Pelletier Sharps or not. It might have been Tucker Sawyer's that went flying there. No, it is Pelletier Sharps that did go flying. And we'll get a good front row seat of what happened here with Pelletier Sharp. Oh, hard hit. Multiple cars there. Clavitt got a huge hit. Yeah, we'll definitely need a spotter cam for that, or the chopper cam for that. Sawyer got a huge piece of it too. Pelletier Sharp trying to get back on the lead lap here from high above. We'll go ahead and slow it down here. Matthew Boone with a huge head of steam. Tries to shoot the gap to the outside. Never really has it. Just runs Pelletier Sharp right over. Matthew Boone got a 30-point penalty at Nashville 2 weeks ago for avoidable contact like that. And that might be another one for Matthew Boone, which is not what he needs to do because he's already needing all the points he can get. He suffered a 30-point penalty at Nashville. It could be more of the same here in Atlanta. Green flag flies once again, and away we go, and away it is. A firm launch by the Militia Racing Club teammates. And see if we're going to give a little bit of help to Hunter Whitlock in that 47. That Chevrolet moving up the order. But the two Toyotas out front doing an outstanding job. A little bit of a sketcy move there by Meredith behind Whitlock. You do not want a tandem to break away here. We've seen so many times 3 cars can pull away easily. The front 2 have already got that established a little bit. Here comes Whitlock, the 47. Center of your screen. Slows up Meredith just a little bit, just enough to make him reconsider. And the top three will stay single file. Here comes Hunter Peach. Support from Alfred Denny. And look who's crawling back into the top 10 after being involved in a T-bone crash earlier tonight. Caitlin Height in the top 10, trying to battle back into the top 5. I think Denny wants to try to lead the line, not follow. Oh, Baxter gets two!
Yellow flag is out.
Huge crash and caution out for the 6th time. Back through the West Virginia native, backwards. Out of turn 2. Play it in slow motion here. Yeah, it's just Susie just pushing and pushing and pushing. And just absolutely turning the 38. Both the NFG cars there, the 20 and the 54, get a piece of it. Everyone else slides underneath. Less than 50 laps to go.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag in the air, and away we go. Everyone roaring up to speed. A little bit of teamwork right now. Susie and Caitlin Height have broken away. Got ahead of Whitlock in trying to set sail, but here comes the pack once again. What does Whitlock do? Does he go to the top lane to cover off Kissenweather? He does not. Militia Racing Club versus Gibney Racing Division at the front of the field. It is GRD leading the way with the 81-3. Militia Racing Club trying to get those Toyotas to the front of the field on the outside lane. 3 of them all lined up with Kissenweather, Taub, and then Swatsworth. Kissenweather slots in front of Meredith. Gives up on the outside lane there. See what they can do with Kyle Taub now leading the way. Everyone in game plan mode, 27 laps to go. Brent Roberts trying to move now. He's got support from Patrick Overstat and John Hagan. Josh Arnold covers off the outside lane. Does Militia Racing Club move now? Oh no! Arnold tags the wall in the inside lane, but saves it, and we stay green. Really good save by Zach Meredith, keeping it from spinning. We stay green. And that shifts the tides in the favors of the outside lane. Brent Roberts trying to side draft his way to the front. Support from Overstat, support from Hagan, support from Thompson. .25 to go. Davis Mills Jr., he's been close before. He's just not been close enough to win. Ironically, his photo finish was with the 12 back in Kansas. Susie thought about leaving him out to dry. Does leave him out to dry. Josh Susie wants to win for the first time this season. 3 to go. Susie has a hand on the race lead. Kissenweather second, Smeal third, Roberts fourth, Caitlin Height top 5. 3 laps to go, coming to 2. Does this race finish under green? We're going to find out that question momentarily. 2 laps to go. If we see the white flag, the race is official. Teammates side by side leading the lanes. How bad do you want it? Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Susie's got the advantage. Kissenweather running that car till it blows up, it feels like. Through 3 and 4. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. It's official. 1 lap to go in the Henderson Graphics 400. And they go 3. 3 wide. Caitlin Height up near the wall. They're right behind. Owen spins. Sasek and Height trying to do the unthinkable. Out of turn 4 for the final time. Side by side. 4-1 across the line. Brian Roberts wins at Atlanta. He spoils the party. Brian Roberts victorious in Atlanta. Outstanding for Bren Roberts, victorious in Atlanta. Getting to burn it down there for Carolina Beagle Racing, an outstanding race. So let's go ahead and go through the full results here in Atlanta. The Henderson Graphics 400 from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Bren Roberts, Caitlin Height, your top 2. As things lined up here again, conflicting reports on if Caitlin Height or Josh Susie was second. If those 2 positions flip-flop, those will be corrected on social media. But a double podium for the Gibney Racing Division cars there, second and third. Chevrolet rounding out the podium, completely locking that out. Then a couple of Toyotas, Kyle Taub and Eli Sasek, 4th and 5th. Only 1 Ford. And it's not even a Ford, it's Patrick Oberstadt Chevrolet in the top 12. So no Fords at all in the top 12 in this race. Hunter Whitlock in 7th. James Wright, John Hagan, Hunter Peach, Tyler Ratliff, and Mark Kissenweather. Top 12. So many Toyotas and Chevrolets in that top 12. 5 Chevrolets, 7 Toyotas. Not very often we see that in a very Ford-dominated series. But that's exactly what we got here tonight. David Smeal Jr., another Chevrolet there, ahead of Richard Odie III. Then you have Alfred Denny, Austin Mongo, Bailey Thompson, Zach Apperson, and Matt Vorndren and Callie Height, your top 20. A lot of the drivers in this screen did not have the greatest runs tonight here in Atlanta, especially late on in this race. David Smeal was on the top 3 up until 2 laps to go. It all falls apart for the 31 camp. 13th place is where he'll end up. Blake Henderson, 21st. Chad Swassworth, 22nd. Matthew Boone, 23rd. Dustin Hall on the lead lap in 24th. But given the pole position, was hoping for so much more here in Atlanta. Unfortunately, nothing to be found. 36 cars took the start. Here's the final page of them. Zach Meredith in 25th. Josh Arnold, 26th. Then you start dealing with some of the cars that were a lap down in this finish. Dean Clavitt, Angel Santiago, Gary Donaldson, Ross Baxter, Tucker Sawyer, Lily Sharp among the retirements in this field. Tucker Sawyer, Sharp, Jonathan Adams, Elias Flores, Josh Gaiman, and Riley Garcia after only 3 laps. The first retirement being classified in 36th position. That'll do it from us here in Atlanta, here on Monday night. It's great to have HTL back here on ABN, and we're glad that you were along for the ride. The next HTL race is May 5th. It is the Michigan 400 from Michigan International Speedway. That's next Monday. And then it's Indianapolis and Daytona to round out the regular season for the HTL Cup Series. On Wednesday, 8 p.m., right here on Twitch, it is the Arrowhead 500 for the 7th time from the Brickyard. You're not going to want to miss it. 33 of the fastest cars on the planet taking on a 2.5-mile Brickyard. That's again Wednesday for the ABN Champ Car World Series.